say, do it with Doodle or Doodle with Donna. Like, what would you like to call it? I feel like it's kind of a play on words. We can have fun with this. Like, I want to change the name of it. They're really nice. They're really easy. They're really helpful. And you're going to love this tool. And when you get into it, you're going to see how really easy it is. It does many things. One is it saves time, especially when you're trying to do meetings with several people, which increases productivity. It improves your organization because also I'm going to show you when you go to create a doodle, you can also see your own calendar. So you could just kind of see when you have time for a meeting. And, it allows for flexibility because even if, and I'm going to show you, even if you get more people responding to a specific time and date that might work, you may have certain people that have to be in that meeting and you can see when they are available. And so it gives you a lot of adjusting. You can see who is available when, and from that, you can make the decision of when is the best time to meet. It can integrate with anything that you already have, such as your Gmail account, a Zoom account, any kind of video conferencing. And I'm going to show you that. I will tell you, I don't personally use it. There's a lot of tools that these things can do, and you'll pick what you like to work with and what you don't. But I will show you video conferencing and how it connects and what its value is and other ways to do it. Because as with any of these applications, there's more than one way. I don't want to say more than one way to skin a cat because that sounds terrible, but there's more than one way to do any of these. So a lot is going to depend on how often you do a doodle. I do them. I don't do them. I do, maybe a handful a month. But if I was like a Stacey Gadigan, who's probably doing it all the time, probably has connections to everybody's calendars and is putting stuff together, it would look different for her. That would be a more advanced thing. We're not going to get that far because I don't think any of us need that. But I'm just letting you know that there are other levels of people who their job is to connect and create meetings constantly, probably several times a day, that there are other applications for it. So I'm assuming you set up your Doodle account. Do you have a Doodle account? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a screen share and show you mine and kind of walk through it. And if you want to look at your own at the same time, you can. We're just going to go through it slowly. I'm going to create a Doodle. And in the end, I'm going to have you create one. So let's see, I need my glasses here. I had it open. Where are you, Doodle? Okay, there we go. All right, so everybody can see my Doodle. So at the top here with my face, if you click on it, there's only a couple things on there. Dashboard, I'll click on dashboard. It shows the doodles I've created if you ever needed to go back to a doodle you created. I don't use this feature, but it's there. So whenever you create a doodle, if there's any reason for you to go back and look at something that's opened and closed and you're just curious who was able to come or not come, you could do that up at this top little screen here under dashboard. Now, account settings is important. And I believe when you sign up for Doodle, they have you go through your account settings. So in there, you can do your profile. So if you want to have a picture, you can put your picture in there. Mine, it just is my picture from Google. It will let you, I'm going to go down and show you further, but you can see I'm currently connected to my Gmail account. So now all of the Gmail addresses will show up, which is convenient for me. Don't have to do it, but you can. That's my Gmail, and then English, and then the time zone. So those are all things that are important to have set up before you start. Did it make you do that?
No.
No, but
Okay.
I will.
Okay. So I'll give you a minute if you want to do that now, and if not, that's fine too.
Okay.
Time zone is important. I have had people put in the wrong time zone, and that can mess a lot of things up. So
Oh,
just make sure you're on the New York.
You go over here. There we go.
Now, Sherry, you said you just got on the Google Calendars. Shannon, do you use Google Calendar?
Yes.
Okay. So the next thing, if you connect calendars, you can connect, if you go down, there's Google, there's Office 360, there's iCloud. I use Google.
Mm-hmm.
If you connect it, which I would suggest, because you can always go back and disconnect if you don't like doing this, but if you connect it, you're going to see your own calendar when you set up a Doodle, which will show you times that you're not available. So it's very handy to have. So I connected mine to my Google, because that's how I live and breathe
Mm-hmm.
these days.
Always.
And then I don't need to do that. And then if you go down to the apps and integration, it will let you connect to a video conferencing. So I have a Zoom account, so mine is connected by default. I don't really use it this way. I'm just showing you that you can, and of course it has Teams and the other ones. I don't know if other than Teams and Zoom, if anybody uses one. So you can connect it or not connect it. And I'll show you as we progress. What happens when you connect it with the Zoom is when you set up a meeting, you can kind of set it all up through Doodle. So that's one way to set up a meeting. What I do is I pick the date and time I want to do a meeting, and I set it up through the Google Calendar. That's just how I do it. I'm comfortable with the Google Calendar. I can put all my information in there. So I don't set up my meetings through Doodle, but you certainly can. It's just a different way of doing it. Is one better than the other? It's just what you're used to. I think I asked Kira, and she does it the same way I do it. It's just I think it's one of those things they had added to this application and we weren't doing it already. So we were just, doing what we were comfortable with. But as we go forward, you will see where you can set it up either way. Is everybody good on the dashboard? Okay. Again, these are all things you can go back and pull out if you don't want to do it. Now I'm going to go to creating a doodle. So there's 3 different Googles you can create. Today, we're just doing the group poll because that's what you're going to probably find more useful. You can do a one-on-one. I've never used it because if it's one-on-one, I'm usually just contacting the person and telling them I'm here this date, and this date, but you certainly can. And then the booking page, you have to purchase their pro package. So I've never even looked at that because I don't have their pro package. I just have their free package.
I have a question.
Sure.
Already. So if let's say I'm sending someone a Zoom invite, do I do it through Doodle or do I do it through Zoom?
So you can do it all 3 ways.
Okay.
And I've received them different ways. What I do, because I feel like it's coming, I've seen people send it to me the same meeting through Zoom, through Doodle, through calendar invite, and it's the same thing over and over again.
Right.
What I do to alleviate it, and I'm still learning, like you're learning, if there's a better way, then great. I usually set up a Google Calendar invite, and in the description, I put my Zoom link. I put my agenda sometimes I put the agenda, sometimes I just send it. And I put it all in my Google Calendar and just send it through the Google Calendar.
Okay.
The reason I do that is because I'm usually adding things to my description. Sometimes somebody has to wear something specific and I'll say, we're wearing purple shirts this day, or this is your point of contact. And sometimes I'll have a Google event, and as we get closer, I'm adding more things, and I find it easier just to go to my Google Calendar and to add more things to my Google Calendar. So that's the way I do it, but you can send it, like, I know when you set up a Zoom, which I'm guessing you have, Shannon, and it'll say,
Yeah.
send the link.
Uh-huh.
And I've done that too. You can send the link directly to somebody. They're just gonna get a second reminder if you do it through Google Calendar.
Okay.
So you can send them a link, but, and it will pop up on their, Google Calendar. But I don't know how you back end when you want to go. I guess you can go back end and add more information.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. I get it.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of different platforms and they're all connected. They're like, just hit this and it connects. And then you just want to make sure everybody has the right information. So
Right.
that's just my comfort level with the Google Calendar, because you can change it, you can change the time. It's just so easy and it's all there together. All right. And we'll get to that. We'll look at that more too. So we're going to do a group poll today, because that's what you're going to find most often, is trying to get a group of people together for a meeting. So when you hit group poll, this is what you're going to see. And I'm going to put in here. So the title is going to be test, but you could put whatever the title of your meeting is. You could put a description in if you want. You don't have to. Sometimes if, you know, it just depends on who's in the, who you're sending it to, but I could say this is a test for excellence. All right. Where will this happen? You know, you can put Zoom if you want or not. I'll put via Zoom. These things are all just optional. So this is your little button. If I hit video conferencing, video links and details will be created and sent after I book this event. I don't use this, but it is there if you want to. I feel like Zoom is now kind of taken over, and I am a control freak and I like to have control over everything. But you certainly can connect your video conferencing. When you book the event, it's going to send a link to everybody. I'm going to unclick it. You know what? Do you want me to, I can leave it clicked so you can, because I'm going to send this to you and you can see what it looks like on the receiving end. So I'll leave it clicked so you can see what that looks like on your end. Now, how long is your meeting going to be? You can pick or you can customize whatever you want. So I'm just going to pick, we're going to do a 1 hour meeting. We're going to try to set up between the three of us. So I click 60 minutes. Now, when you come down here, this is where you can see Donna's calendar. So you already see all the times I'm not available. This is the handy part. That's why I said connect to your calendar, because you can already see when you're not available. So I want to do this meeting, all these little lines, these are like 30-minute lines. So I'm going to do an option of, let's try 8. So 8 to 9. But I'm also going to do an option. If you come over right there, you can do 8:30 to 9:30 also. So now I have two options. I have 8 to 9, 8:30 to 9:30. Let's do 11 to 12. And then just for the heck of it, we're going to go into the following week and we're going to do a 9 to 9:30 or 9:30. Let's see, come on, 9:30 to 10:30. So you followed what I've done so far?
Mm-hmm.
You're just clicking on the times that you want to offer everybody else. Then you hit create and share. What? Preview. Let's do preview. Preview. So Sherry, this is what you've seen, right? Because you've done this. You've received it. Shannon, you've not received it. This is what you're going to receive from me, because I'm going to send this to you so you can fill it out.
Okay.
So it shows the options. Donna's trying to create this. And here are the options. I can pick the ones I want to do. If there's more than 5 options, there's these little buttons here. I didn't do more than 5 options, but if it would say, where it says 5 options, it would say click here. There's more options, because sometimes I get 10 options, but I only did 5 here. Let's hang on a minute. Let me try something. Oh, I went back. That's not where I wanted to go. So actually,
I did get one. I just didn't know I did.
oh, you didn't know.
So great.
Wait, what did I just do? I just lost my doodle. There we go. See, Donna's learning. So let me try going to my dashboard and see if I can find my doodle. There it is. So that's a handy thing. When you lose it, go back to dashboard. You can find it. All right. So I'm going to, I'm ready to send it to everybody to see when they're available. So I'm going to copy the link. So you can't, I was clicking on the more, these are all pros that you have to pay for, so you can't use it that way. And let me go back to here. All right, so I just, I did it again, share invite. Okay, so hang on a minute. Let me see if I can get to my chat while we're doing, actually, I'm going to, hang on. So I'm just going to send this to you so you can respond. So you can see what it looks like on the receiving end, and then you'll see what my results look like.
Dawn, I want to make sure you have my right email
Oh,
because my trigger brain has been going back to my original email, not my TPF email. So I don't know which email you have for me.
hang on, let me see. Let me, darn it, hang on a second. Let me see what I have.
I've been trying,
I have your name, Shannon dot.
Yeah, that's not my TPF, but you can use that for now. It's fine. But I do have a TPF email.
Okay. Do both of you know how to make a link pretty? Instead of it just being the gobbledygook, like a copy and paste link. Because if not, I'm going to show you.
Isn't there there should be a way to shorten it, right?
Well, so there is a shortening way, but
like
there's
a bit.ly? Is that what you mean?
when you use the little link icon on the back of on the bottom of a Gmail. Have you used that? Okay.
I usually do bit.ly, so that would be easier. Sounds like.
Okay, so I gotta unshare this one for just a second, because I'm gonna teach you another little tool since there's only us right now. Because I think this is the coolest thing. I use this on live links all the time. Okay. All right, so now you see my email?
Yes.
So Shannon, that's what the link looks like right now. So I don't want to send that. That's ugly. So down here, you see the sideways insert link?
Yes.
This will be your friend. You are going to love this. So you click on it. See where it says, this is the URL. So I'm going to put my URL in there. That's the actual what it is. But up here, I'm going to put what I want you to see.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget to use that. That's
yeah.
great.
So there's the doodle. So it doesn't look like this. I think it just looks more professional.
Yes.
Sometimes you can put doodle, due by whatever date you want it by, because that's another thing is, sometimes you want people to have the response back within 2 days or something, but you could put all that in the link. So, and I do that for live links a lot. It just makes the emails, it cleans everything up. So I'm sending that to you. And then you're going to fill out when you're available, and then we will look at it and I'll show you what the next steps are. So what happens is when you complete your doodle, I get an email. So it's nice. It doesn't say Sherry completed a doodle. It'll just say someone completed your doodle. Someone completed your doodle. So you're getting dinged every time somebody's doing it. Which I like to know that somebody's reading my emails.
Now I have a question. So I've opened your poll.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, how cool is that? Okay, so I connected it to my calendar, and there's one of your time that says busy, but that means busy, right?
Wait, I can't, I didn't.
Not you, it's me that's.
Oh, right.
Okay,
Right.
breaking up.
Yeah, but you can still click
Okay, the
on
other
it, can you
thing,
not?
yes, but then it makes me go, something's going on. How
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
The other thing is there are two different ways to format how the poll comes, because this one looks vertical, and often the ones I get are horizontal.
I've
That
never
makes sense to you? Not,
seen,
not that it matters.
I mean, it's always a line of,
Okay,
yes, yeah, that's the only ones I've ever seen.
okay. Right now, yours, the days of the week are in a column instead of in a row. Different than, not that it matters. It's still the same
No,
thing.
what does it look like to you, Shannon?
Well, okay, maybe this might be it. I pulled mine over on my second screen. Are you
Ah,
that could be it. And so it looks fine. But
okay.
it might be just because you're on the one screen.
Uh, Probably so. Very
Oh, because
good.
it's
Thank you.
space.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So I got,
Thank you for explaining that.
I think did you just send yours, Sherry? I think I got two.
I did.
Okay, so two have
I'm
come.
sending mine, it's just spinning.
Okay.
I made two choices.
Okay.
Me too. Hopefully they lined up.
Ah,
This is
that's
just
not,
pretend, right? It's just pretend.
Right.
all right, so are they both in?
You can check that back once it goes. See if we line up.
Let me get back to it here, because I clicked out.
Oh,
Yep, okay, so, yes, you lined up. All right, let me get back to, hang on a minute, let me go share my screen again here. And, okay, all right.
okay.
So this is what I get back. So it
Oh, look at
tells
us,
me
Sherry. We're in sync.
you're in sync twice. I have choices. So this will show you the most popular date. But like I said, it gives you flexibility. You may not pick that date because Deborah Jacobs is going to come to your meeting and you have to pick a date that works for her, so this gives you the flexibility to pick what you want. You can see who said yes, who said no. There's a maybe switch in there if needed. So I'm going to flip it down here. Now this is where I usually just let it go, and I go to my Google Calendar and I set up the meeting and I put in my Zoom link, or I put in the address we're meeting at, and I put in, all my little details depending on what the event is that they need to know ahead of time. So I usually end here, but you can hit book it. So I'm going to hit book it, which I don't ever do. And now you should probably get an email.
I have a question. Let's say that I'm sending it to some people out in the community. Do they have to have a doodle to be able to respond to this?
I don't think
no,
so. No.
Okay.
because I just have had a doodle since we got the thing to set up an account for this class. I've never had doodle before.
Okay.
And it still responds with your TPF mail, whatever one you choose. Yeah, this is
So
cool.
now, let me see if I can move this real quick here a second. I want to do something because like I said, I'm testing and learning along the way with you. I don't even remember, what did I book?
Good.
What date? I booked it. Hang on,
The
let me
26th, I
go.
believe.
This
Yep.
month, the 26th. Okay, so let's do this. So I hit book it, which I don't use, but you never know. After this, I might, hang on, let me go back to this. Hang on, I'm going to show you what it looks like on my end, because you're getting it. Well, you're getting it on your end. You can see what it looks like on your calendar. So now you see my calendar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there it is. And hang on, let me double click it. That's what it looks like. So I could still go in this way and change things if I wanted to. So I guess it's one way or the other. It doesn't, if I just, you could just hit book it and everybody will have this. But now to me, I would go in and I would be changing this and I would say, you know, dress in business attire. Well, I'm not spelling it right, you know, show up by 9 o'clock, you know, whatever it is, and add more stuff to it. So I don't know if one way's easier than the other, but you see how you could do it either way. You can either just go in and make your own Google, or you can hit book it and off it is. And then on your end, because your email, it gives you the option to accept, correct?
Right.
Okay, all right, so it's sending it just like a Gmail.
Okay.
I'm one of these people, I want this part right down here to be beautiful. But that's just me. I like to have, especially when I'm doing events, I like them all set up a certain way. I used to do what Carolina does and set up all my events, and it was always, you know, point of contact first, expected people second, and I just like to have it that way. So it's neither here nor there, how you do it. So I'm gonna stop share. Now, the fun begins. Are you ready? You are going to send me a doodle.
Okay.
So I will give you some time. I'll sing the Jeopardy song. Do, do, do. Oh, I'm kidding.
Okay.
So send it to me in an email.
Here we are. So is the description where you put the link or not?
So you mean the Zoom link?
Yeah. It
I didn't,
automatically created.
it created it all for me. I didn't create.
Okay, I don't have my Zoom. I thought I had a Zoom account. I don't have a Zoom account. I mean, I have one, but I can't seem to get to it. So that's another issue.
Okay.
So I'll just send a meeting without the
Yeah,
Zoom.
that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't usually send my Zoom links that way.
Okay.
Yeah, my Zoom is under a different email, so it won't show up under TPF.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to just do an in-person.
Yeah, and like I said, they don't, I was showing you how they can integrate. They don't have to integrate. You can certainly just put the Zoom link in later. I mean, there are times where I'm not the one setting up, like I'm setting up the meeting,
Oh, no
but it's
wonder.
not my
Okay.
Zoom account. So I certainly don't want it to link up because somebody else is going to come in and put it on their Zoom account.
I see. We don't want it at 3 a.m. So
And when we're done, you can always go back to your dashboard and you can just delete what we did today. If you need to get things off your calendar.
right. Right. Create after you hit create and share, then you put the emails in.
So
Oh,
I
yes.
copied a link is what I did. The share, it just gave me a link.
Okay. Got it.
So the link is like in your mouse, so then you can.
Copy. Got it. Okay. I see what you did.
All right, why am I not seeing where to put your email?
You don't, I didn't do it straight from I copied the link and then just went into my Google account, my Gmail account.
Okay,
It
I'm
says
not
share.
sending,
Do you see a button that says share?
add your times. Got the calendar settings, which is pro, I don't want that.
Okay.
I'm seeing 8 million ads, but not.
Hang on a minute, let me.
I'm just having to save your I'm having to save the doodle real quick. Hold on.
Do you know how to share your screen, Sherry, if I make you a co-host?
Probably, but yes.
So I just made you a co-host, so if you go where it says share screen,
All right, let me get back to my whole Zoomy thing here.
leave
All
that,
right,
you're gonna have to leave that window open though, or, I mean, it can be
right.
minimized, yeah.
Okay, share. I see more.
Go on the
I gotta
bottom
open.
or the top, there should be a whole line of,
Yeah, I had it only half open and again it hides.
oh, there you go, getting something. Okay, so yeah, hit the create and share, because you already put your times
And
in.
it said it said I had an error. There's an
There's an
error in
error?
trying to create your meeting. Yeah.
Okay, good. Then go
Does
back,
it tell me? No, okay.
or go down, go down. Let me see what you've done. Keep going. Is there more? I'm trying to do it on my mouse. It's not working on my mouse isn't working. Go down. Did you pick any times? Oh, you did. Go down.
Oh,
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't need to, okay, go back up again and it won't, go back up. I don't know why it's not letting you create. That's all pro stuff. Anything below that line, that settings is pro stuff, so you don't have access yet. So
okay, yeah.
you have 30
So what
minutes,
have I
your
done?
name. Wait,
I
go
got
down to
my name,
Gmail. Is your email, let me see your email. Is it correct? Go down a little bit, down. It's tpf@gmail.com. Okay, huh. Test, in person, agenda coming. Duration 30 minutes. I have not, try it again.
this meeting, okay, is being recorded.
Well, this was an error trying to create your meeting. Well, that's new.
Well, yeah, I'm like, what, maybe I'm just gonna delete it and start over. So
Okay,
I go to my
all right,
dash.
all right.
Should I unshare you or?
Yeah, you go ahead
take-
and share so you can do it.
All right.
And I'm going to, there was an error trying to create your meeting. I'm gonna try to Google that also while you're doing that.
We are sorry, missing parameters, ID token. Well, I thought I was signed in on it. Maybe that's my problem.
Oh, okay.
I went into a not different screen that I wasn't signed in on, apparently. I don't know. Lord, it says SO. It says I'm signed in.
All right, I sent mine from
Uh,
my TPF one, so you've got
Okay,
that.
all right. Did you send it to Sherry also? Do you have her email?
I did, yes.
Okay, all right. And, all right.
Okay. How was your experience connecting to Doodle? Well, I'm gonna go. Well, whatever.
Oh, be honest.
Okay, now we're gonna try again. And it's probably not having the two screens looking at the half screen. Sorry to be taking your time on this.
No,
It took me all the time to while you were doing that to even I'm good. That helped me because I was
All
slow.
right.
so Shannon, you should get an email saying, oh, somebody, looks like you have a winner.
All right.
Oh, I do.
It will do that every time somebody responds.
Okay, awesome.
But it's also easy because you can just open up that email and click right into your poll. You don't even have to go back into Doodle. You just click on that email and it'll show you what's going on. It's an easy way to reach it.
Aha.
I will say this application there's been times where I haven't used it for a while and I go back. It is really simple. Once you've gotten through it, it's a
I
pretty,
can see, yeah.
All right, so now it says meeting poll created. I scroll and scroll. Why am I not finding a place to enter my invitation? It says almost done, invite your guests.
is there a share button?
I had to scroll down to the very bottom, past some
Okay,
advertisements.
And
way
unfortunately,
down.
when you use it free things, that's what happens. It just gets bombarded with advertisements.
I don't see a share button all the way at the bottom. Copy link,
Yeah, you
show
can
poll
hit
details.
copy link, and it will be in your mouse so that when you do a right click, the link you could do a copy and paste.
I need to do. Yeah, but I'm not the invitation.
So did you do the?
I've got the
copy?
calendar. I did copy link.
Okay, so now go into an email. I'm going to show you where it is. The link is kind of in your, I say it's in your mouse, but that's.
So I have to go back to my Gmail to send
Mhm.
this.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm a little slow. I understand. Okay.
Now, there might be a way that you can directly,
I thought, yes, there would be.
so I'm thinking, you have to have Pro to do that. You can email the
Okay.
invitation
I
right from, yeah, then you just have to pay for those kinds of,
should be getting one.
did you send it?
Yep.
Okay,
I didn't make it free though. I just sent the
that's all right.
link.
It's all right, okay, got it. All right, so now did you send it to Shannon?
I did.
Okay,
I'm refreshing. Oh, I may have put it on my, all right, let me check my other email.
Okay, yes, whatever pulled up is what I used. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's my fault. Like I said, I automatically am putting in my other email because it's just habit.
and you gotta, and give us kind of like a heads up that your email, because I'll have to go into my Gmail and get rid of your other one, or I'll
Yeah,
just get lost and it happens with all new hires because they start off with one email and then
it's just an automatic trigger.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, and I sent all this stuff. I'm like, I think I used my other email. I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, come on, internet.
All right, I got yours.
Oh, and thank you guys for changing the time today.
Easy. Yeah.
I have a meeting, they want me in TPF at 2 o'clock, so I was,
Oh,
they would have let me Zoom if I had to, so I had flexibility, but if I can be there, I'll be there. So I appreciate it.
Ooh, Starbucks. I like that.
I know. I'll buy.
In New York City. Oh, maybe that's the time.
Probably cold right now. You couldn't get me to leave this weather today to go anywhere.
So, yeah.
It's like
No,
perfection.
it is the perfect winter day, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, so
All right. For some reason,
Are you getting the responses, Sherry?
it won't open up. I do have response, but at this moment, it won't load.
Did you get
We'll
a
just-
ding on your Gmail that we have responded?
Yes,
Well, if you just go into that
Yeah.
email, you can click right into the poll.
it's,
Oh,
yeah, but it doesn't load.
oh.
It's probably my internet connection. It's not loading.
Do me a favor, take us off a video on this screen, because sometimes that helps.
Yes,
We'll know that you're there.
okay.
See if that helps.
So do I hit, let's say I want to make it. So do I hit book it? I feel like that's an advertisement.
So
No.
that's what I did. Remember, so if you hit
Yeah.
book it, they're gonna get an automatic invite on their
Got it.
email, and you will too. It just won't have all your information. I think in that description, if you really took the time and put all that description in your doodle, it would go into
And
the,
then I do an event.
yeah.
Like I'd send an event. Okay, right.
I do, but like I said, if you were good enough that you thought when you did, like I just do doodles just to get a date, and then I kind of put the meetings and stuff
I
together.
can see why.
If
Yeah.
you knew ahead of time and you put all of that information in your description in the doodle, when you booked it, it would go into their calendar.
Okay.
I feel like it's two different things. I feel like people who just are booking meetings all the time or weekly or monthly or whatever are using the Book It account. But when I'm setting up a meeting, they're all different, and I just go through the Google Calendar. So
Okay.
does that make sense? And you
Yes.
could certainly do it both
absolutely.
ways. It would just show up twice on everybody's calendar.
Yes.
But when you hit the Book It, you would also have it on your Gmail where you could go in and change things if you wanted. Did that help take
Okay.
off the video, Sherry? Yeah.
So
Yes,
one
it did.
says-
It all loaded.
So what does that mean? So one says yes and one if need be.
That's their reply.
Oh, okay. So your reply was maybe during
Maybe.
that time.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
In other words, so I mean, you could reach out if it was somebody. I mean, it was an option. The option's yes, no, or maybe.
Got it. Okay.
And I think the maybes are. I do it. It's like I can make it work. It is, but it's going to be.
It's not your favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I don't get them very often, but it is an option.
Mm-hmm.
So when I clicked on it, so on the receiving end, if you click yes or no, it'll tell you on the side. If you double click, it will give you a maybe.
Got it.
You probably didn't even look at your choices on the side, but it will say double click and it'll show the yellow. That's why I wanted to do it so you could see what it's like on the receiving.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
So there is a maybe in there. So. What's that face, Sherry? Are you good?
I think she's
No,
frozen a little.
it's all good.
Okay.
No, it's all good.
You see what you're doing and how it all flows and where it's at. So it's easy, correct? And useful. And I will tell you, you can also use it if you're trying to do a dinner date with your girlfriends, because the only thing about Doodle, just know, they can see everybody else's responses. So it's not private, but
Right.
that's fine, especially anytime you're trying to get a group together, because I'll look, sometimes if I'm like, I'm not really sure, I'll fill out my Doodle kind of late to kind of see what dates I really need to make available to make it work. So it works on both ends, on the receiving end and on the giving end. But yeah, you can think outside the box. Anytime you're trying to get a group of, like herding cats, anytime you're trying to get a group of people together, it's a useful tool. They could just say when they can make it. So
That makes sense.
I hope that was helpful. You're going to get a follow-up from me. It's not gonna be right away because I'm heading out the door, but it will be, it's the same survey you'll have for all of these. I'd already asked Shannon, had you taken a couple of these classes?
Yeah, I
These,
took
these
one. And then
tech classes?
yes, I did. I took one on Drive and they're great. Oh my gosh. And then I had to go take care of my mom. She had hip surgery. So then I got off track and now I'm back. and
Yeah.
I'm signed up for a whole bunch, so I'm excited about it.
Good. I mean, and I haven't signed up, but I took Canva because I don't know anything about Canva. That was pretty cool.
Mhm.
Easy tool to use. It's just one of those things I never really got into, to see all the different things you can do. And I want to take some of the, so what's going to eventually happen is some of these starter classes they're gonna kind of put them away for a little while and bring in more advanced classes, and then they may just funnel them back and forth. We're trying to, you know, get a good grip on what the need is out there. But I would love to take some of the advanced classes, because I do not consider myself advanced. I know Excel very well. I know Google Drive very well. I probably know Google Drive really well, but I wouldn't consider myself advanced in like Sheets maybe, and Excel and some of
Right.
those other ones.
Well,
So
and the thing is, like, I feel like I knew Drive really well, but then I still learned something. I was like,
right,
"Oh, yeah,
right,
like your
right,
Gmail, like I forget to use that link all the time. I know Gmail really well, but I forget, you know. So it's still a good refresher course
right.
for me. Yeah.
Good. So that's my other reminder is do sign up for the classes, you know, as they're being offered, because it will look different along the way. Things will come in, they'll come out, it'll probably, you know, change a little bit. And so that's why the feedback's important. So we know, you know, what is needed and how we can improve things. And then you'll get a homework assignment, which will be pretty simple. I will send it to you, but it's basically doing what we did today again for Kiara. My suggestion to the last class was don't do it today. Give it a couple days and then go back to it, because I think sometimes it's good to go back and just, and give yourself a reminder, and you'll see how really easy it is and useful it is. So another feather in your hat.
Thank you,
Yay.
Donna.
All right.
Really, thanks.
You're welcome. You guys have a great Tuesday. And again, thanks for being flexible. And I hope to see you either as a teacher or a student, because I'm doing both.
Wonderful.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.